one of the questions I hear all the time people say is, how will my children ever afford a home? Okay. And the second question is, how do we create affordable rental housing? And so we sat down and said, what if we could solve that problem without the government? What if they actually backed off, then tried to do more? Okay. So the average house price in Canada is $750,000. Now, in Toronto, that makes no sense, but across the country, it's $750,000. Now, it costs about $75,000 to build a basement apartment. Okay. So let's put that in at the time of construction because it's much cheaper to put in there. Okay. And then let's say, okay, so shockingly, at today's interest rates, it's going to cost about you need to have a family income about $179,000 to afford what I would consider almost a basic house. That is the dream stolen from people. Not their fault, not our fault. It's just life. Okay. But that's what we're saying it costs in a basement apartment. Now, let's go to the second model, and that basement apartment's already there. And let's assume you rent that basement apartment out for $1,500. It's 750 square foot apartment, $2 per square foot. Nobody's going to argue with that. Okay. Hey, Marty. Okay. And if you get that rent and the bank recognizes that rent, which they're starting to, and we're working with several banks right now to do this, the income required by that young person or that couple or whatever drops to $117,000 because the rental revenue is recognized at, dollar for dollar. Now, amazingly, look what happens if, as a young person, you choose to live in the basement, okay, and you rent the upstairs up for $2,900 a month, okay? Your income, providing income with a down payment, okay, and this is another story, we won't get into that, but how we help you do that, drops to $56,000, right? And so how does a young person afford a house? They become a landlord. How do you create affordable rental housing? Here it is, getting created in 3 months, okay? Not 10 years, because it takes 10 years for the government to build a high-rise or fund people, and things like that, okay? So that is the story behind the self-funding house. If you're interested in that, type in the self-funding house. The book's available on Amazon.